All right, thanks, guys. The Panthers take on the Oilers, and that's going to be a 4 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Edmonton. Now, Florida's minus 115 on the road here. Totals at 6. We saw a flip of the lines in this matchup here. Florida opened as the $1.05 underdog. Total opened at 6.5. We saw movement toward Florida. We saw movement toward the under. So once again, the Panthers open plus 105, now minus 115 on the road. Total open 6.5 down to 6 flat. 73% of the consensus are leaning toward Edmonton, and 55% are shaded toward the under. Now, right now, the Oilers are catching even money for a straight-up win. Meanwhile, Florida is plus 220, laying the goal and a half. Now, we have Sergei Bobrovsky for Florida, Mike Smith for Edmonton. Smith comes into this game with a .214 goals against and a .925 save percentage. Bobrovsky on the other side, completely different story. We're looking at a .388 goals against and an .869 save percentage. Now, Edmonton has been great this year. They're 8-2-1 overall, 5-0 straight up at home. They're led by Connor McDavid, who has 20 points on the year. That's 6 goals and 14 assists. James Neal, right behind him, he's actually leading the team in goals. 9 goals for James Neal for Edmonton. And then Leon Draisaitl has 19 points as well. 8 goals, 11 assists for him. Edmonton is 6th in goals allowed, 4th in home scoring. Meanwhile, on the Florida side, Trocheck is doubtful. Matheson is questionable. They're 30th in goals allowed, 5 and 15 straight up in their last 20, taking on Edmonton, if you're into historical trends. Florida is also just 2-1-3 on the road this year. And when it comes to the total, the Panthers are 6-3-1 to the over. They're also 6-3 to the over in their last 9 head-to-head matchups with the Oilers. I'm going to lean Edmonton in this matchup at home here. I really like this game. Give me the Oilers catching even money, winning this one outright for some money line cash, and the over 6 goals in that game. Next matchup, Blues, Red Wings, 5 o'clock Detroit. The Blues are minus 145, totals at 6. We saw a 15-cent fade of St. Louis and movement upward on the total. The Blues open $1.60 down to 145. Total open 5.5 up to 6. 82% of the consensus are leaning St. Louis. 88% shaded toward the over. Right now, Detroit is plus 125 at home. St. Louis is plus 175 on the puck line. We have Jake Allen for the Blues. Jimmy Howard for the Red Wings. Jimmy comes into this game with a 1-5 record, 3.59 goals against. Detroit's just 3-11 straight up overall. Losers in 4 out of their 5 matchups at home. They're also on a little bit of a 7-game losing streak here. They rank 30th in scoring, which is second to last in the NHL, and they are 28th in goals allowed. Now, the Blues on the other side, winners in 2 out of their last 3. They rank 7th in road scoring on average per game. They're led by the former Flyer, Braden Shen, who's got 8 goals on the year. Tarashenko's got 7 assists as well for the Blues. Now, St. Louis is 4-1 straight up in their last 5 head-to-head matchups with the Red Wings. They're also 6-2 straight up in their last 8 in Detroit. Now, total-wise, St. Louis is 60% to the under in their last 10, taking on the Red Wings. They're also 3-2 to the under away from home this year. I'm going to lean toward the road favorite in this one. Give me the Blues minus 145 and the under 6 goals in that game. Next matchup, Bruins, Rangers, 7 o'clock, New York. The Bruins are 155, totals at 6. No movement on that total as of yet. We did see a 15-cent move toward Boston. The Bruins opened $1.40 up to 155, totals at 6. 53% are leaning Boston, 59% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Rangers are plus 135 on the money line. Boston plus $1.60 on the puck line. We have Yaroslav Halak for Boston, Lundqvist for the Rangers. Heinrich is just 2-3 on the year, 3.25 goals against. Meanwhile, Halak on the other side, 2.24 goals against, 9.31 save percentage. The Rangers, losers in 5 out of their last 6. They rank dead last in offensive shots at home, 23rd in goals allowed. They are 3-4-1 overall for the year. Now, Boston on the other side, they are 7-1-2 overall for the season, 7th in offensive shots, 3rd in goals allowed. They're led by Drew Pasternak, who's got 11 goals on the year, 7 assists. Brian Marchand's right behind him with 10 assists and 15 total points on the season. Boston's 9-3 straight up in their last dozen away from home, dating back to last season. They're also 9-2 straight up in their last 11 taking on a member of the Eastern Conference as well. Now, total-wise, Boston 8-3 to the under in their last 11, taking on the Metropolitan Division. Meanwhile, New York on the other side, 3-2 to the under at home. I'm going to lean Boston minus 155 and the under 6 goals in that game. And with that said, we're going to take a quick timeout and just welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Sunday's NHL action, but before we get into some more of that, just want to quickly remind you guys to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We do daily plays on that website beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. And my current record is free right on the homepage. All you got to do is click the link in the description section below to check that out. That is patreon.com/BrockPage for premium personal plays. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into our next game, and that is going to be the Kings taking on the Blackhawks, and that's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Chicago. The Blackhawks are 135, totals at 6. We saw a nickel move towards Chicago, no movement on the total as of yet. The Blackhawks open $1.30 up to 135, totals at 6. 51% are leaning Kings, 68% shaded toward the over. Right now, Los Angeles is plus $1.15 on the money line. Chicago plus $1.75, laying the goal and a half. We have Jack Campbell for the Kings, Robin Lehner for the Blackhawks. Lehner's coming into this game with a 2.44 goals against and a 9.22 save percentage. Campbell on the other side for the Kings, just 2-2 on the season, 8.97 save percentage. Chicago's 12th in offensive shots. They're led by Patrick Kane, who's got 8 points on the year, 3 goals, 5 assists. The Kings on the other side, losers in 5 out of their last 7. They're actually just 4-7 overall for the year. They rank 30th in goals allowed, which is second to last in the NHL. They also rank dead last in goals allowed on the road. Now, total-wise, the Kings are 7-4 to the over. So far for the season, they're also 5-1 to the over when traveling. Give me the Blackhawks minus 135 and the over 6 goals in that game. Next matchup, Sharks, Senators, 7 o'clock Ottawa. The Sharks are minus 160, total 6.5. Saw nickel move towards San Jose, no movement on the total. The Sharks open $1.55 up to 160, total 6.5. 58% are leaning San Jose, 62% shaded toward the under. Right now, Ottawa's plus 140 on the money line. San Jose plus $1.55, laying the goal and a half. We have Martin Jones for the Sharks, Craig Anderson for the Senators. Believe it or not, Craig Anderson's coming into this game with a 2.94 goals against and a 9.01 save percentage. Now, Martin Jones on the other side, completely different story. I don't know what happened to him, but he's just 2-5 on the year, 3.41 goals against, and an 8.39 save percentage. San Jose is just 4-6-1 overall for the year, 3-4 against the spread away from home. And of course, when I refer to the spread in NHL, I'm referring to the puck line. So once again, San Jose failing to cover the puck line in 4 out of their last 7 away from home. The Sharks just 2-4-1 away from home straight up for the year. They're 26th in offensive shots, 24th in goals allowed. They've also dropped 7 out of their last 10 head-to-head matchups with Ottawa. Now, the Senators on the other side, like I just said, 7-2-1 straight up in their last 10, taking on San Jose. They're led by Connor Brown with 8 assists. Vlad Namestnikov with 4 goals, 7 points on the year. And total-wise, Ottawa's 8-2 to the over in their last 10, taking on the Sharks. They're also 6-0 to the over at home, hosting San Jose. So I'm going to lean toward Ottawa at home here. Give me the Senators plus 1.5, getting the job done on the puck line, and the over 6.5 in that game. Next matchup, Flyers, Islanders, 7 o'clock New York. The Islanders, 7 o'clock Long Island. That's what I normally say. Anyway, the Islanders are minus 125, total 5.5. Pretty good movement in this one. We saw a 15-cent fade of New York and movement downward on the total. The Islanders open $1.40 down to 125. Total open 6 down to 5.5. 68% are leaning Islanders, 67% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Flyers are plus 105 on the money line. The Islanders are plus 210, laying the goal and a half. We have Carter Hart for the Flyers, Seryan Varlamov for the Islanders. Now, Varlamov's 3-2 on the year, 2.43 goals against, 9.21 save percentage. Carter Hart on the other side for the Fly Guys, just 2-2-1 on the year, 8.90 save percentage. The Islanders are on a nice heater right now, 6-game win streak, 6-0 straight up in their last 6. They held their opponents to under 2 goals per game on average in those 6. The Islanders are 4th in goals allowed. They're led by Brock Nelson, who's got 4 goals, 5 assists, and 9 points on the year. They're also led by Josh Bailey, who's got 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points on the season as well. Now, the Flyers on the other side, they are 20th in road scoring, 15th in goals allowed on the road. They've dropped 7 out of their last 8 when traveling, dating back to last year. When it comes to the total, Philly is 3-1 to the under on the road. New York 6-3-1 to the under for the season. Give me the Islanders minus $1.25 and the under 5.5 in that game. And we're going to slide into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Ducks, Golden Knights, 8 o'clock Vegas. The Golden Knights are 230, totals 5.5. So a 20-cent move toward Vegas. No movement on the total as of yet. Vegas open 210, up to 230, totals 5.5. 80% are leaning Vegas, 83% shaded toward the over. Right now, Anaheim's plus 190 on the money line. Vegas plus $1.10, laying the goal and a half. We have Josh Gibson for the Ducks, Marc-Andre Fleury for the Golden Knights. Now, if you like Gibson in this matchup here, he comes into this game with a 2.22 goals against and a 9.27 save percentage. Anaheim really good on the puck line this year. 8-4 ATS on the year, 5-2 ATS on the road. They rank 2nd in goals allowed, 5th in shots allowed away from home. They're led by Jacob Silfverberg, who's got 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points on the year. They're also led by Hampus Lindholm, who's got 9 assists for him as well. Now, the Ducks are 5-1 straight up in their last 6, taking on the Pacific Division. Now, Vegas on the other side, 27th in defensive shots allowed, 26th in goals allowed at home. We're looking at Schmidt and Tuch still out indefinitely for the Golden Knights. Zykov is serving a suspension. He'll be available at the end of November. So Vegas a little depleted there. Now, total-wise, Golden Knights 6-1 to the under in their last 7, taking on Anaheim. Give me the Ducks plus 1.5 and the under 5.5 in that game. We're going to slide into our quick pick recap brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. I like Anaheim plus 1.5, under 5.5. Ottawa plus 1.5, over 6.5. Islanders minus $1.25, under 5.5. Chicago minus 135, over 6 goals. Boston minus 155, under 6 goals. St. Louis minus 145, under 6 goals. And last but certainly not least, I like Edmonton catching even money and the over 6 goals in that game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We do daily plays on that site, beginning at just $1.99 per month. You can also access my current record for free right on the homepage. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. But most importantly, I got to thank you for tuning in right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Sunday to you. Best of luck to you. And don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.